guys. So my dad cleaned the carpet, so Bianca had a little bit of difficulties, getting the camera aligned in a proper fashion. And she even threw this out there, believe it or not. She was like, Kellan, maybe you should sit on the left side. That would just be weird to me. I don't know. I feel like that wouldn't work if I sat on the left side.
I didn't really have an issue or anything. Just the angle was off because the table was in a different angle, but we fixed that. But I think actually what it was is Kellan has this razored lifted thing. What is it called?
A razored?
No,
it's just a stand for my computer.
It's a stand, but it was like covering half of his body because his chair is lower than mine, so it was like hard to see him, so it was like tripping me out. So I was like, maybe you should come on my side because I feel like his side of the background is a little bit more like chaotic and then mine's like plain, so I want him to be more visible than me.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter.
Have a poster that's been supposed to be put up since March. That was supposed to go on that side.
You're the one that always...
So it would actually be more balanced if you would put that poster up.
Where?
But
where would I put the poster?
There or on that side.
Okay.
We would move the UFC thing over a little bit. Or the chalkboard like we talked about.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Whatever. But it's always, one day we're going to have a big studio and people are just going to have it ready for us. We're going to sit down to start the mics. You don't have to do mic check, anything. We're just going to be able to get down to business right away, baby. And I've been a good boy. I've been taking notes throughout the week whenever big things are announced, so we don't always have to look. Bianca still gets mad at me because I got to pull up all my webpage tabs, No,
I don't get mad.
This should be done way before I come over.
Because he's always switching things over. I literally have to work.
UFC.
I have to work in like an hour and a half, and I come over and he's just been working out and chilling. Nothing. He has all these notes that's supposed to be transferred onto his computer. He has to delete storage from his phone and computer
because you're always filming and taking pictures.
He has to look up all these links and
Bianca needs a new phone. She's always obsessed with my phone because I always need a new one. So all she does is use my phone when she needs to take pictures. Because you have an iPhone 1.
No photos on your phone.
Because I delete them all.
What photos? You're such a liar. What photos do I have on your phone?
You're gonna lie and tell me you don't use my phone to take photos because your camera sucks.
If we're at an event.
When we're at Little Morocco, shout out Little Morocco. The guy's so nice. It's the best restaurant in Corvallis, pound for pound. It's Moroccan food.
You're so stupid.
Super good.
Yeah, try to change the subject.
Yeah. You literally took pictures on there on my phone.
Because
on my phone right now.
If we could tell our friends about it.
Right here. Moroccan photos.
You're not going to actually edit it.
I will.
Really?
Bet on it.
Okay.
351 right now.
I'll bet you.
351
I'll bet you right now that there won't be photos because
guys,
I deleted them.
What is it? Tuesday today? Saturday could have been the longest day of my life. How many fights did we watch? 12?
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking this whole podcast.
It started around 3 o'clock. 4 o'clock. Bianca comes over. She's excited as always to watch fights. She keeps looking every 3 fights. She looks at. She's like, "How many more?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, I got a few." She's like,
"You just really try to make me sound like a horrible person."
No, I'm just honest.
No,
I'm honest. No, we grinded. It was 4 o'clock. What was it? When did it get over? 10:30.
10:30
at night. Before we get kicked off with anything right now, Gastelum was an absolute savage. All this slander talking about how he needs to cut weight, get down to 170. Oh, do you watch the fights? Does anybody actually watch the fights? Because it's not like he's getting destroyed. Bianca even came to the conclusion that he won, which is blasphemous. She's like, if
I can come to that conclusion, then everyone should be able to, right?
What are you?
That's what you made it sound like.
No. Bianca even thought he won the fight, and when you get clipped and dropped, even though it wasn't for long, that you can't win this is what I was gonna say right now. You know what's actually? I was making my mind up. If it's a close fight throughout the entire time, this will be one of the only times I'll ever say this, but I'll keep saying it.
This will be the only time I'm gonna say it, but I'll keep saying
I'm gonna take this to my grave. If you get dropped in a fight, i.e. Hany Parcells versus Timur Valiev, Hany knocked him down, you should never win. And also Khalil Roundtree versus Marcin Prachnio.
So you're saying that Kelvin losing was fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's a close fight throughout and somebody gets knocked down, that fight automatically should go to the guy who knocked the other guy down.
I get what you're saying.
If the other person was not threatened at all, you should not get that dub. Wait, does that make sense? The person who got knocked down should just have zero case for winning the fight if they didn't do that back to the other person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if they didn't do it back, yeah.
Yeah, that's just what I've said. I've watched a few fights this year with the Khalil Roundtree team, and then there's also been the Timivalia versus Hani Barcelos fight. Hani Barcelos and Khalil Roundtree knocked down their opponents twice in a fight, and then they end up on the losing end. I'm like, how does that happen when the other guy didn't even do that back to them? That doesn't make any sense. I thought Kelvin fought a fantastic fight. People need to shut up. He does not need to go down to 170. If he goes down to 170, who knows if it'll be the same fighter, because that's a huge drop in weight from 185 to 170. He would be a savage there. It's not like he's not competing with these guys. He cracked Cannonier. He won that second round. It was... I mean, besides that knockdown, it was pretty close the entire time. And he pushed the fight. That's what he does. He makes all the fights exciting. Cannonier, in my opinion, he has one-punch knockout power. He's incredibly skilled, and he's really tough to take down. But there's nothing in there. And when you're watching him, it's almost like in the whole entire middleweight division, nobody that you really watch below Israel is like, wow, that guy actually has a chance to beat him.
Mm-hmm.
The only people that are going to beat Israel is if he moves up in weight class, and that's it. You know what I mean? Nobody I watch, I'm like, oh, wow, that guy has the skill set to beat him. I mean, there's a few guys like that just aren't even ranked yet from Central Europe and the Middle East who could probably do it right now, but they'll never fight him in time because Izzy's going to do bigger and better things. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, that was a great fight. But what did I tell you? Roosevelt Roberts versus Ignacio Bahamondes? What was it? I lost my marbles about 14 times that day because... It was what was it? We won. Yeah. No, yeah, what day was it Saturday? I just remember the Giants, they hit 2 like late game bombs. Was it you were over when I like screamed and threw the towel at the microwave?
Yeah.
Because was it Lamont Wade that hit a bomb or was it Donovan? No, it was Lamont Wade that hit a freaking bomb and I threw my towel at the microwave. I was like
so loud.
Because we were losing the entire time.
So scary.
And then when Ignacio Bahamondes threw his freaking spinning hook kick and knocked out Roosevelt Roberts bout money, I lost my absolute... Yeah. That was crazy. And then also, who else had freaking...
When was that? You know how the TikTok I sent you of the guy who got hit in the face? They were playing the Giants, weren't they?
No. That was they were playing, I think, the White Sox.
Oh, I thought they were playing the Giants. That's why I sent it to you.
Is his name Chaffin?
I don't know. How recently was that, though?
Really recent.
It looked horrible.
It was the series before.
It was even worse than
what's his name?
Then what's the guy's name that got hit recently?
Bro, what was that guy's name? No. What? God, I was literally just looking him up. A's pitcher hit in the face. Because I was just looking him up when you showed me that because I wanted to see. Oh, it's Chris Bassett. Yeah, Bassett. He got absolutely pegged in the mouth, and that was not good. He got carted off. Yeah,
what does that mean?
Huh?
Carted off.
He got carted off the field with the golf cart because he couldn't do it on his own.
Oh, look at his face.
Is that him? No, that's Archie Bradley. I don't know. They don't have any pictures of him. That was Kevin Pillar right there.
Yeah, Kevin Pillar, yeah.
Dude, how terrifying is that? I still think that they should. I mean, it's just so rare that it's not rare. It happens actually a lot. Yeah, it was against the White Sox, but yeah, that's just really unfortunate. It's so terrifying. 100 miles an hour to the face.
Got hit with it in the side of the head. It says
side of the head. That's almost even scarier. Temple.
But he was bleeding though. Oh. Did you see the blood? So if it got hit on the side of his head, where was the blood from?
It just broke skin. And the laces probably broke his skin. Yeah, absolutely horrendous.
That's horrible.
Yeah, that sucks big time. You always hate to see that because it's just such a fluke error. And when you're a hitter, you just feel terrible, and the vibe for the rest of the game is off.
Yeah, no.
And that guy was a stud. Like he's a stud.
That's what the commentary on that video.
Like, that's our best pitcher. Our season's over.
That's literally our best pitcher.
Our season's fucking over. Yeah, that's garbage, dude.
Dang, that's really sad.
Yeah. But okay, moving on from that, all respect to Bassett. Hope he recovers soon.
Yeah.
But back to the UFC. I told you guys, Roosevelt Roberts with Ignacio Bahamondes, that's going to be fight of the night. They were grinding. Ignacio just never gave up, and then he just was throwing everything, spinning techniques, and he caught him, and I lost my mind. And Ramiz Brahimaj, the Giants game was still on for a little bit, so I didn't get to watch it, but I watched it a little on my phone, and I saw that he took Plotnikov's back and choked him. And William Knight is pound for pound one of the scariest individuals, because there was 3 knockouts in a row, so I was just, wow, I wrote down in my notes, could be card of the year, potentially.
Does that say how old they are to the day?
Where?
It says 29 years, 9 months, 4 weeks. 37 years, 5 months, 5 days.
That's insane.
That's how old they are to, like, the day.
That's Tapology's on their stuff. Tapology's on their stuff. Wow.
I was like, what the?
That is odd. You're the only person that would have noticed that. Yeah, how Kelvin Gastelum, 29, 9 months, 4 weeks. I wonder how many days.
Yeah, why 4 weeks and not the amount of days?
I don't know. That's really interesting.
Or is that like their birthday, like the 5th month, 5th day of the year? Or like the 9th month, 4th week?
No.
Okay, yeah,
I'd be willing to say that that's not what that means. It's how old they are. Oh my.
But like, who does it to the day?
Dude, they do, because they're not messing around, man.
It's crazy.
William Knight caught Fabio Cherant. He's one of the scariest people you'll ever see in your entire life. I forgot, did he lost his last time out, I want to say, too. What, did he? Yeah, to Da Un Jung. That just goes to show how savage Da Un Jung is. Oh, on My Sports made an absolutely legendary video that you have to watch. How does Chael Sonnen mispronounce Harry Parochka's name?
So provider.
Provaki. Dude, and then what else I don't even know. And then
so
Khalabib. Mambabo.
Kalabib.
Brock Larsner. Joe Rogan messed that up so bad. Yarir. I just sent it to my sister. I was like, if you're ever having a bad day, just watch this, because it doesn't.
She probably won't find it as funny as you do.
Yeah, if you don't know the names, it's not as funny.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, wait, that sounds about right.
Yeah. And then when what's that, Mike Goldberg or whatever, when he's trying to say BJ Penn, the prodigy. So then, funny.
Like a few clips before that, he was the only person that could pronounce that girl's name right.
And then it's like, pause. I fucking nailed it. No. When the one that gets me the most is when Joe Rogan, he says, you wanna check it. It's so funny.
Like he like mumbles it. Oh my god.
And then when what's his face, Brendan Schaub says, he just mumbles sometimes, and he's like, when I want to fight John Africa.
He's like,
it gets me every
John Africa.
The face Mike Tyson makes, he's like, and then he grabs his mic, who the hell's John Africa? It's so funny. I lose my mind every time he says it. I went back and watched that probably 5 or 6 times, because every single time I laugh.
You should put that on a shirt.
Yeah.
Who the hell's John Africa?
But Francis is so nice in that interview. He's like, no, he means he's John like, in Africa. He's so nice, man. So Francis Ngannou versus Cyril Gunn is gonna be probably the.
I didn't
nicest.
know that was Francis Ngannou sitting there.
Yeah,
I just thought it was a friend.
No, very massive friend, just a regular huge friend. Not as big as William Knight though. Apparently, William Knight can bench 5 million pounds 47 times. He has like records in Boston or something, or in the northeast part of America for his bench press. He's an absolute
beast. Should we talk
beast.
about the movie we watched?
Oh, Jungle Land. If you guys haven't checked out Jungle Land, it has the cat from Unbroken, and it has the cat from...
People don't understand what you mean when you say cat.
It has the guy from Unbroken. No one
says cat.
Guy from Unbroken, and he's a great actor. And then Charlie...
Yeah, he is.
Bianca's husband.
I love them both.
I know. He's actually really cool. I didn't recognize it was him, though, because he's way more well put together in Unbroken.
I recognized it right away.
I know. How did you even notice?
I'm good with actors.
I thought it was a rando and Charlie Hunnam, and then it's actually star-studded. Those 3 actors were really good. It's just basically
They're
about
all 3 British, and they have to pretend to be.
I know, that's
American,
so interesting.
which is kind of funny.
It's just basically a boxing movie where one of the brothers to the guy from Unbroken, which is Charlie Hunnam, he just is kind of a mischief maker and gets
Charlie
them.
Hunnam isn't the guy from Unbroken.
No, I know.
Oh.
Charlie Hunnam is the brother of the guy from Unbroken.
Yeah.
And the guy from Unbroken is the boxer. And Charlie Hunnam is his brother who just kind of gets involved in the wrong stuff, and Loki just fucks over his career. What's the guy's from Unbroken's name, so I don't have to keep saying
It's Jack O'Connell or something.
Okay.
Or
It's a really good
O'Neill.
movie, and then they have to basically literally fight out of debt they have to pay to mobsters, I
and
guess.
then there's a girl involved who is like tied to some bad gang
It's
stuff,
really good. It kept Bianca engaged the whole time.
which is hard to do. You sound like I'm like an ADHD little kid. Like it really kept her engaged the whole time. Like, what the hell?
I didn't mean it like that, man.
I'm just joking, but no, it was really good actually. So I recommend
totally
it
came
would
off like
keep
that.
you engaged.
Kept Bianca engaged the whole airplane ride.
Kept her engaged. Oh my god.
I had to do
Okay.
a book report on it after. Yeah, it was really good. I didn't even know it existed. It does a really good job. I'd give it a solid 7.5.
A 7?
8?
You gave Old a 7, and that's like a
I
horribly
gave it like
made
a high
movie.
6, I think. Okay, I'll give it an 8.
This is like an 8.5.
Okay,
8 point,
8.5.
maybe even an 8.9.
Because it does a really good job of, how sports movies are obviously pretty predictable, and the fact that they're gonna become
They're gonna win at the end,
and it really doesn't. It's not like that at all.
No.
There's lots of losing.
they don't make it just about fighting. Like,
Which is
that's
great.
what I like. Is it's not just like a boxing
There's a
movie.
whole other story
There was a
in it.
ton of other stuff.
Yeah, I really liked it.
There was a dog.
Yeah, the things that you got to do when you're desperate
Mm-hmm.
is unbelievable.
I know.
He didn't eat the dog. Let's get.
No one thinks he's gonna eat the dog.
Well,
That was not anyone's thought. That was not in anyone's mind.
could be.
Eating the dog? Who eats? No.
Bro, that one. We watched this one comedy special from this one guy that's British, and it was so funny because I didn't get it at first, but he's like, there's part of Asia that eats weird shit, and then there's part of Asia that plays cricket. And at first I didn't understand it, but then it makes sense. Because you get like the people from like India that play cricket, and then the other people that eat weird shit. That's what he was saying, right?
I know, yeah, right? I think. That
Something
guy was
along
with-
those lines.
Yeah.
We didn't watch the whole thing, though.
No.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Okay, on to the actual fight.
No. Okay, I want to give her Josiana Nunez.
18
She's a
minutes in.
savage.
Oh.
Josiana Nunez destroy Babe Malecki. That's crazy. She just put the pressure on. I love her. She's one of, just like DC said, she's one of my new favorite fighters. Pumped to see Brian Kelleher get a dub there with his wrestling. He basically did what Ricky Simone did to him. Austin Lingo. I have a new favorite fighter in Luis Saldana, who is such a dynamic striker, but he kind of gassed out, and then Lingo just stuck in there, hit him with a few body shots, and Luis got down. I really love this fight altogether. And then Alexander Pantoja. I've got a little bit of flyweight stuff to talk to you about in a second. What did I say? If Alexander gets the dub here, he's got to get the title fight, and I think that's correct. I'll just hop into this just so we get it out of the way. Alexander Pantoja, he's a beast, and beating Brandon Royval is no easy task at all because Brandon will put the pressure on you. His grappling is fantastic. He just keeps him rolling around, and his striking, he'll just bang with you, and Alexander did a good job of kind of being smart and not overly engaging and risk getting caught or anything, but he trusted his ground game a lot, which is fantastic on the ground. So Alexander, and he had probably the nicest. My mom doesn't even watch the UFC that much, and she watched his post-fight press conference or post-fight interview, and she was like, I love this guy. He's so nice. And he's so nice, and it's gonna be another battle of the nice guys with Alexander and Brandon Moreno, because those are two of the nicest guys, I feel like.
Brandon Moreno's his smile is like,
dude, that's what they should do. They should do Ngannou and Gon and Alexander and Moreno and just call it like Battle of the Nice Guys.
that'd be cute.
It'd be so funny. And this is what I was gonna say. Match up Davis and Figueiredo with Askar Askarov. That would be, and then just have a little bit of it's not really a tournament since you guys are already fighting for the title, but that would be perfect. Davis and Figueiredo, because he got dismantled in his last fight. It wouldn't make sense to do a rematch between them. Cody Garramp, That's what Brandon Schaub says. Cody Garbrandt doesn't deserve a title shot at 125, even though he is a big name. Give it to all the freaking Jandre and have Brandon Moreno fight, and then give that fight Askar Askarov versus Davidson Figueiredo for number 1 contender spot, and that will be fantastic. And all of those guys have history. So like if Askar Askarov wins, you'll have Brandon Moreno. If Brandon Moreno will get by Alexandre in the title fight, you'll have Brandon Moreno versus Askar Askarov, and those guys fought to a draw. In one of in like Brandon Moreno's like first time back, for like because he got like cut, he got cut from the UFC, and then he came back and fought Askar Askarov, was just insane. So yes sir, that's the perfect. I just lined it out for the UFC. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome for that. Davison Figueiredo versus Askar Askarov will be incredible because Askar, he's like deaf in one ear. That has nothing to do with anything, but
harder to hear his corner.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to hear anybody because he's better than everybody else. He doesn't need to listen to nobody.
Nobody.
I'm gonna just check and do a little quick fact check. Yeah.
Fact check.
Okay, so it was Brandon. So I think he had a draw with Brandon Moreno, and that was his UFC debut. That was Askar Askarov's UFC debut against Brandon. And then Brandon Moreno was in the LFA fighting, and then he fought Askar Askarov. So I'm a freaking legend. I remember watching that fight. It was freaking sick. You had
2 draws. Wow.
Yeah, I know. I love the whole flyweight division. The fact that they were even going to get rid of that is a complete shame. That would have been the biggest mistake of the UFC's life, because they're so much fun to watch.
Who thinks that Kelvin looks like Nacho Libre?
Comment down below. He looks like Nasrat Haqparast, who we'll talk about later.
He acts like Nacho Libre.
The way he bounces around and he swings his arm. And his eyebrows can definitely
and he does like the eyebrow thing.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
I want Kellan to be Nacho Libre for Halloween, and I'd be the nun.
But she wants to be like a...
No.
Never mind. You knew exactly what I was going to say. You're like, no. Yeah. Christmas, dude, Halloween is coming soon. What the heck?
Christmas.
Oh. Dun 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 dun.
Okay, we're dun, dun,
dun. Wait. Okay, if you do the presidential song,
wedding
song, and
Oh Christmas Tree.
Oh Christmas tree.
No, it's
They all go together. It's freaking the white hat, the president song, Oh Christmas Tree, and the wedding song.
This is literally like
all
a discovery we made in the car when we were like humming.
I was trying to do one of them, and you're like, "That's Oh Christmas Tree."
You were trying to do the wedding song, and I was like, "That's so Christmas Tree, not the wedding song." But it like started off as the wedding song, but then went to Oh Christmas Tree. So I was like, "Oh, they go together."
So I can flow them right into it. It's so sick. Yeah, that was not good. When I'm in the car, like chilling, I'll like freaking vibe to that. I'll be like,
no, you don't.
Yeah, okay. Yes, I do. I can do. There's been times where I transition into it really good. And you know that. You know that. Get out of here. Get out of here.
God, you're so weird.
What was that? Okay. So almost done. Vince Pichel is like a bare knuckle boxer. Austin Hubbard looked really good, but couldn't get the job done. Vince Pichel is a baller. All of these in my head are like fresh because I watched every single one of them. Parker Porter versus Chase Sherman. Chase Sherman, he's pretty good, but Parker Porter, he's got pretty decent cardio. Yeah, I know, 25 minutes. We were fine, bro. Get out of here, man.
All I'm saying is, people saw the fights.
No, but I love talking about them.
We got to get on to the new one.
Okay, fine. We're done with that.
Just kidding.
Dude, Kakhramonov, we got another boy. Saeed Yakub. His whole entire thing that he had to get back. He was in Uzbekistan or wherever.
Yeah, he was stuck somewhere, right?
Well, he was in his hometown.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Or he was in his home place.
His hometown.
And he had to come back, which is crazy. Yeah, I don't know if that's exactly the place. I don't know if. Oh yeah, Uzbekistan. Oh, your boys of Savage. Yeah, that was fantastic, guys. And this basically sums up that card. It was fantastic, borderline card of the year. But I've said that about so many things. I feel like one thing that I really wanted to get to was this upcoming card between Giga Chikadze and Edson Barboza. And then we'll talk about some other fights at the end. But this one is going to be ultra sick because Bianca, she knows what the hell's up. Mm-hmm. She watched all the TUF fights with me. And all the guys are going to be fighting for the title of the Ultimate Fighter.
I'm so
presented by
excited.
Toyo Tires.
Toyo Tires. This flashback is presented by Toyo Tires.
Yeah. The Toyo Tires in Howlerhead. Remember the Toyo Tires? Could you shove it more in our face when they had the boys unscrew the tires and put it back on? Like, Jesus Christ,
like, during
man.
the show, as like an activity, like, oh, let's just take these Toyo Tires and put them back on the truck for fun.
Like, seriously?
Like, what an ad.
Can't be a little more creative than that. They really put it in your face, though. And I could probably tell you I'm going to go to Les Schwab every single time.
Yep, I'm not going to.
I don't even... Is Les Schwab... That's a tire place, right?
Yeah, I think that's only in Oregon, though. Actually, I don't know. I don't know that at all.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay.
Let's get it. Let's look through this card between Giga Chikadze and Edson Junior Barboza. It's gonna be so unbelievably good. I've been looking forward to this fight so much because both of these guys are on the precipice
So
of a
they're
100.
on this card?
Yeah.
The prelims of it?
Yeah. Okay, Mana Martinez and Guido Canetti. I feel bad. All these guys, Mana Martinez, they've had like trouble getting him an opponent because guys have been falling out. Versus Guido, I'm gonna have to just watch these guys. I think it's Mana Martinez's first time fighting. He was supposed to fight Trevin Jones, and Trevin Jones got screwed against Said Yakub Kakramanov. That guy's an absolute savage. Pat Sabatini versus Jamal Emmers. You want to just, for guys that we aren't too familiar with, you want to go based off nickname?
No, I kind of want to go based off photo.
Okay, based off photo?
Photo.
Okay, I'll look up UFC.com. UFC.com, you know, they're good, but they don't always update their website. That's why you need me as an intern. I'll get all your shit cooked up, you know? Oh, we got a good Georgian Fire segment too, boys. I did my homework on it. Let's go.
God.
We'll talk about it later,
so 30-minute episodes don't exist.
We'll talk about it later, though. I think Brandon Belt might have hit a bomber. Graham's just texted me. Brandon, you're gonna hit it.
She's so cute.
Yeah, I know. All right, guys. All right, let's go prelims. We're gonna go Mana Martinez versus Guido Canetti.
I'm going Guido.
Guido. Ninja Canetti. I feel like I've watched him fight before. Who has he fought in the past? He's 8-5. What, babe? Oh, he fought Marlon Vera. Okay, I don't know. I'm not too I don't remember. He fought back in the day before my birthday last year. You're not too sure. Okay, I'm gonna go Guido.
Me too.
Yeah, Guido looks good. Mana Martinez, that's big for a bantamweight. Jamal Emmers versus Pat Sabatini, baby.
Jamal.
I'm gonna go Pat. You really gonna go with Jamal? Mm-hmm. Jamal's good. Wait, let me see. 1 sec. He's the 69th featherweight contender.
69.
Let's
God,
go.
That's not very good.
No, that's sexy. Oh, Giga Chikadze fought him. Good luck with that one, suckerfish. JJ Aldrich versus Vanessa Demopoulos.
Can we go to the UFC one? I like it way better.
Well, you know, the UFC one doesn't provide as much information, you know? How much you want to
need info when we're just
Tracy Cortez.
guessing.
Tracy Cortez? Vanessa Demopoulos. They don't even have a picture of her. Yeah, you're gonna be mad at Tapology now, bro? Yeah, that's what I thought. Whoa. Trying to look at sexy there.
Excuse me?
I'm just saying. A lot of these girls, they take like these they take like these sexy photos and stuff. It's like,
okay, can you not say sexy? Maybe say like promiscuous.
No, well, that's what what else look is she trying to go for here? She's literally
weird word. I don't like that word.
Sexy photo.
Yeah. No.
You don't like sexy photo. JJ Aldrich. I don't know who's gonna win. She's coming off LFA. I don't know who's gonna win this. JJ Aldrich. I'm pretty sure she's fought in the UFC before, dude. I'm an MMA expert right here.
I'm going JJ for sure.
Yeah, I'm going JJ Aldrich. Okay, that's that. Dustin Jacoby versus Darren Stewart, going with the dentist here. But Dustin Jacoby I think he did come off a pretty good win his last time. Yeah, he fought Maxim Grisham back in February. Oh, and it actually had a split with Ion Kutilava. That's what I remember. That's sick. I gotta go with Darren though. I have to go with Darren.
I'm doing Dustin.
Huh?
I'm going with Dustin.
Dustin Jacoby. I love when Michael Bisping says his name. It's so funny. Okay, I'm gonna say that Darren the dentist gets back on track because he looks so good in his performance against Kevin Holland. Dustin Jacoby is good.
Why is he called the dentist?
Because he likes to rearrange people's teeth.
That's scary.
Sam Alvey's gonna get a dub here against Wellington Turman. Has to. I love Smile on Sam. He's so good, and he's got screwed in his last times out. Like he lost a split decision to Ryan Spann. Who I think is Ryan Spann's fighting who now? Oh yeah,
he had 5
Anthony
canceled
Lionheart
fights.
Smith. I think, right? Is that for sure? Yeah, Anthony Smith, who came out that win against Jimmy Crute. That's gonna be a good one. But Ryan, I thought he beat Ryan Superman Spann. He had a split decision draw to Daun Zhang, which goes to show that Sam Alvey's kind of a savage because Daun Zhang beat William Knight, who's one of the strongest guys in the UFC. And then he was fighting really well against Julian Marquez. Julian Marquez had him hurt. He hurt Julian Marquez. And then Julian Marquez does what he does and gets late. He gets submissions. That's what he did to Maki Pitolo. And that's what he obviously did to Sam Alvey. So I really want Sam to get a dub here. But Wellington Turman, let's look at Wellington. Oh, Wellington's shredded. How old is he? He's only 25. Oh no. But he lost to Bruno Silva. Who are you going with? I'm going with Smiling Sam, dude.
I want him to win because he's just really nice too.
Yeah. Okay, Alessio Di Kiriko versus Abdul Razakal Hasan. I really want what's his face? Abdul Razakal Hasan to get back on the board after kind of getting destroyed against Malkoon. He lost to Munir Lazez, beat him, and then Jacob Malkoon beat him as well. Oh, and he also lost to KS Williams. He got creamed by KS Williams. Yeah, that's right. But it sucks though because both of these guys, I want Abdul Razak to get back on track, but also Alessio Di Kiriko. He beat Joaquin Buckley, which came out of nowhere, and I really love him because he's super nice and he is one of those advocates for why don't you interview the fighters that lose? You know, he really he got mad. He didn't do his post-fight interview after he beat Joaquin because he gets pissed at the UFC for not interviewing the fighters that lose. Yeah. But man, there's a little bit of a time crunch, man. Especially when you're on ABC and your time slot is so long because you fought Joaquin on a and ABC. And ABC, if you go over the timeline, they just cut it off since national TV. Yeah. So you have to be within your thing. So that's true. It's not that they don't like the UFC fighters. It's that they just don't have time to interview them. Yeah. Yeah. Who do you think's going to win, Alessio or Abdul?
I don't know. I think this is going to be a really good fight.
Wait.
What? Antonio.
No, Alessio's fighting, yeah. Every time I click on it, it changed.
I'm going to go with the other guy.
Abdul?
Yeah.
I want Abdul Razak, but I want Alessio to win too. This sucks. Why do you have to match two guys up that I like that? Damn.
Okay, where are the guys? Brian Battle, Gilbert.
No, we gotta talk about GM3 versus Mahmoud Muradov. Mahmoud's gonna win this fight. GM3, I just don't think he can get the job done. Mahmoud is on the title shot. He's an absolute beast, dude.
Yeah.
He destroyed Andrew Sanchez, and he hasn't lost since 2016.
Sorry, we're 5 minutes over. I gotta go.
Yeah, she told me if it's over 30 minutes, I have to leave. So dumb. Okay, now we're into it. Do you remember the guy, Michael Gilmore? He quit all of his job. We're into the Ultimate Fighters now, but these guys aren't going to be fighting for Ultimate Fighter title. They're just going to be on the UFC card because they're in the UFC now. Dana White,
Wait,
obviously.
all of them are?
No, just Andre Petrosky and Michael Gilmore. That's the only fight. But they made it to the UFC because I think Dana White obviously fell in love with Michael Gilmore because he's the guy that stepped in for the guy that didn't want to fight because he hurt his MCL.
Wait, so them two are for sure in it.
Mm-hmm.
How?
Because they're just on the card. Like, they're UFC fighters now.
So they got UFC contracts.
Yeah.
But Gilbert and Ricky and all them haven't.
No, they are. Those guys will be in the UFC. It's just that they're fighting for the Ultimate Fighter.
Still, even though
this is the finale for them. These guys are just in the UFC now, if I'm understanding that right. Because they have nothing.
But that's like rude because that's not fair to the guys who were actually fighting on TUF and they all lost. So how is that fair for like the other people who haven't technically won and technically don't have a contract?
I'm not Mick Maynard. I'm not Sean Shelby. I'm not Dana White. All I know is this fight's on the card. So,
it's not on the prelims. It's like on the card.
Yeah, it's on the prelims. I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
That's
everything's a blur to me. The prelims to the main card is all a blur. It's all the main card to me. You know.
Okay, can we go back to the thing where we were?
I'm going Andre Petrosky all day. His grappling is unmatched. He could gas out though. I really like Michael Gilmore because he's just your definition of just a comeback story. You know, you quit your job and you just go all in on MMA. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Shut up, you know, dude.
What?
Fuck you, man.
What?
You can't take comeback serious story. Wait, what the? Can't take comeback story seriously.
I can't take serious comeback or can't take comeback serious stories.
I'm a communication major.
You have strokes.
I'm going Andre Petrosky all day.
Yeah, I'm going Andre.
Yeah,
I agree.
I would love to see Michael Gilmore get a dub though.
Kevin Lee and Daniel Rodriguez.
That's gonna be such a good fight. I'm going with D-Rod on this one.
D-Rod for sure.
But Kevin Lee is so unbelievably good. He's kind of had a rough patch when he fought Charles Oliveira, tapped out, tried to keep fighting. Like he's such a good fighter. He lost to RDA as well. He's just in that. But he did beat Gregor Gillespie. I will give him that one. That head kick was absolutely phenomenal in 2019. He's just a guy that would really benefit from 165-pound division, but we can't have that right now, you know? But I'm going with D-Rod. I think it's his time to shine. This is a big win. This is a big step up in competition for Daniel Rodriguez. So it's going to be interesting because Kevin Lee's going to test him try to get him to the ground and test him. But Daniel has fantastic takedown defense, and his hands are clean as hell. And I'm just excited to see what Kevin Lee's going to bring to the table because he's such a dynamic athlete.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Daniel Rodriguez, but do not be surprised if zero body fat Kevin Lee comes in there and absolutely gives it to him. True. You never know because Kevin Lee, what is he? He's got to be 30 now. He's maybe not even 30. He's 28. Jeez, dude, he's not even in his prime yet. That's how long he's been in the UFC when he fought for a freaking interim against Tony, I think. Yeah, didn't he fight for interim against Tony?
Do you have to fact check everything?
I think. I don't remember. I have to fact check. Okay, now we're on to the big juice. Ricky Tertios versus Brady Hiestand.
10 out of 10, Ricky.
Brady's tough as nails. Good grappling. Ricky's just good everywhere, though. Ricky's way better in the stand-up game. From what you can tell,
crazy.
Every fight that he's been in, it's a war. His fight against Dan Argueta was fantastic.
Insane.
His fight against Ludwig Scholinian was so good. It was better than his fight against Dan for sure. Even though I'm sorry to say it, but it was. But Ricky goes to war every single time, and I don't know if Brady is completely ready for that, being as young as he is.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky's primetime UFC fighter. Brady is at the beginning of his career. And his stand-up is sketch.
True.
And if Ricky can stuff a takedown or two, Brady gets tired. I'm looking at Ricky to win that. Yeah.
I don't know with Brian Battle and Gilbert because those are my two favorite guys.
Yeah. I was very upset to see that Trayshawn got hurt because you want to see the guys that win move on. But Gilbert and Brian, regardless, is going to be great. You're going to see two long middleweights, which is so sick.
Yeah,
but Brian,
I feel like it's such an equal matchup.
I got to give it to Brian, dude. He was so impressive.
Yeah, he really
so
was.
Impressive. He's good everywhere. He'll get back up to his feet after getting taken down. He's freaking subbed Andre Protoski, which came out of left field for me. I did not see that coming.
No. No one saw that coming.
Who did he fight his first time? He fought that Cameron guy.
Yeah.
Lechinov.
Yeah.
And he beat him. I really like Brian. He's great. But Gilbert, I'm concerned because he got touched in that fight a lot against Trayshawn.
Yeah.
And that can sometimes take a toll on you because he got knocked down 3 or 4 times. But Trayshawn, I really wanted to see Brian battle versus Trayshawn because at their standoff in the finale, they looked really. You still haven't watched the finale, right?
You watched it without me.
I'm sorry. I had to. You were gone or something.
Nope, you just did it. Ryan Battle is my number 1 winning the whole thing. I want him to. So
Yeah, Brian Pooh Bear. I love him.
I'm really not a fan of Trayshawn. I'd rather Brian win over anyone.
Yeah, but Gilbert's fighting though. And
Yeah,
Gilbert's
but
really
I
nice.
like Gilbert too. So it's harder for me to pick, but I like Brian.
Yeah, I think Brian's gonna win. I just think he's got something different in him.
Yeah,
He's kind of
he's such a good learner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, Edson Barboza versus Chikadze. Edson Barboza with borderline one of the knockouts of the year against Shane Burgos. His only slip up after moving down was to Dan Ige, but he literally won that fight. He dismantled Makwan Amirkhani, who's known for his good grappling and good stand-up. Paul Felder, he's had some close fights with Paul Felder. His only legitimate loss was to Justin Gaethje when he got knocked out back in 2019, which was, I believe, we were actually at Topgolf with some friends with Porter and Carson. Mm-hmm. That's when we were there. I remember that because he got knocked out. He got clipped that day. Dang. Yeah, but he's got a tough test on his hands, boys, with Gigabyte Chikadze. I don't know why I like to call him Gigabyte. What's his actual nickname though? That's the real question. Ninja. If you Gigabyte, if his name was Gigabyte, it'd be kind of sick. He cool. Stores information and then takes you out.
That's a good one.
Sick.
Gigabyte.
Okay.
Or he bites you.
Gigabyte.
Just kidding.
Who the hell is John Africa? Dude, his fights. He's fought Omar Morales, who throws heat-seeking bombs. Ern Rivera. He's in jail right now, I believe. Jamal Emmers is on the card. He beat him.
In jail.
He stabbed his sisters or some shit.
That guy?
Yeah.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
I don't care about
We're moving on from that. Cubs want. This is a big step up in competition for Giga Chikadze, but if there's one guy ready, it's him because his stand-up is on point. This fight is going to probably be fight of the year, unless there is an early stoppage. I just am so looking for. I've been looking forward to this since I made my last video a month ago, and put it on YouTube clips. I honestly, I'm torn right here because I can just see Edson Barboza doing very well throughout the entirety of the fight. The only thing that's on my mind is if Edson gets a little too carried away, and I think that he might gas out around the end of round 2. And if Giga Chikadze can kind of just weather that storm, but he doesn't even have to weather the storm though, because he can match Edson Barboza. But Edson is the best striker, probably top 5 strikers in 145-pound division, and even 155, dude. I'm torn on this one. I think my heart's telling me Giga, but my mind's telling me Edson. I just really want both of these guys to succeed because Edson, he's just been right there at a title shot, right there at 155 and never got it, and he's moving down and he's pretty much ran through that division. So I really wouldn't be sad to see him win, but at the same time, we've been riding or dying with those Georgian fighters, bro. And every time we've watched them fight, what has happened? They freaking win, dude.
They win.
I have no idea.
Is that
this
all
is probably
you had
one
for
of
your Georgian segment?
No. Oh. I found a guy, dude. He's going to be fighting soon. It's going to be sick. No, I think I got to go. We got to go Edson, man. It's going to make people mad probably, but I'm going to go Edson.
I'm going to go Gigabyte.
Yeah.
Just because.
It's safe pick. But I just really want Edson to get that title shot because his career is running, it's coming to an end soon because he's 35, and Giga, he still has time. What is he, 31? Not even that, maybe. He's 32. Okay. Yeah, he's still got a lot of time, bro. I really want Edson to get this dub. That's that on that. That's it on that.
Time for the Georgian segment.
Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley. Who are you gonna pick?
Anyone
on Sunday
other than him.
Jake Paul. You're a Jake Paul guy.
Anyone other than Jake Paul.
You're gonna pick Jake Paul to win. Boys, let me break this down for you really fast. Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley's an explosive athlete. Jake Paul, explosive athlete. Tyron Woodley's gonna get this dub. Tyron Woodley's gonna get this dub.
You're wrong every time about
Jake Paul always wins. Jake Paul always wins. I don't know what it is. He's a freak.
I hate it.
He's a freak show. I don't know what I think Tyron's gonna do good in round 1, round 2, and then whatever the hell it goes to. Mm-hmm. I honestly think that Jake Paul's gonna shut up some haters about cardio and freaking win in the end. And he's going to become an absolute superstar more than he is now.
Yeah.
If he wins this fight against Tyrone Woodley, it's crazy. I want Tyrone to win. Don't get me wrong. I just really think Jake Paul is actually a good boxer, which is crazy to say. Like the fact when I see these promos when it's Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley and they're like squaring off, I'm like, how is this real? If you would have showed me this when I was in middle school or high school, I'd be like, what the fuck? I'd been like, Tyron Woodley will kill this guy. Because Tyron, when we were in high school, was the man.
Yeah.
Because up until our senior year.
Yeah.
When he got dethroned by Kamaru Usman. Yeah. Crazy, dude.
That's crazy.
I don't understand. Okay. Last thing, guys. Two things. I was really pumped to see. It's the Chloe Roundtree versus Modestas Bukauskas fight. I think that has been announced for a while, but I was super pumped because both of these guys, they kind of are at a tough spot in their career. They're both pretty young still, but at the same time, they're kind of at a point where they have to get it up here because I think it's just really tough because both of them are in really similar positions where they have looked really good in their last times out. I think it was Khalil Roundtree. He did really well against Marcin Prachnio, and he knocked him down twice, like I was saying earlier, and still didn't get that decision, which was crazy. And then what's his face was fighting. Modestas Bukauskas was fighting. I think his name's like Olashejik, Mikhail Olashejik. And I was like pretty sure that Modestas was going to get that dub, but he didn't. So I don't know who's going to win this fight, dude, but it's really tough for me. I really like both of these guys a lot because they're both really good light heavyweights. I think I want Khalil to get this dub just because he's a little bit older, I think, than Modestas. And I don't know, he just looks so good on the feet. And Modestas can get caught. And he did a little bit against Olashejik, so that's that. I think you remember the Modestas fight where there's been so many fights where we're just like, dude, what the hell happened? Like that went to the wrong guy. Even though Michel is a really good fighter, or however you say his name, Michel Olashejik.
Probably Michel.
Modestas. I just spelled that so wrong. Wow, that's not this. Actually, that wasn't that bad. Oh yeah, it's Mikhail Olashejik. Such a sexy name, high key.
Oh my god.
Not as sexy as Alexandre, the future champion, the 125-pound division. That's that. Oh, and also we gotta get this in here right now. Dan Hooker versus Nasrat Hakparast. This is gonna be so crazy because it's a big test and it's gonna be a big leap in competition for Nasrat. But it's also a big test for Dan Hooker because Dan's coming off that nap time against Michael Chandler. So
yeah,
Nasrat's so good everywhere. He throws bombs. I think he got his last dub against Rafa Garcia.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm pumped up about some of these fights, man. I love both of these guys a lot, and I think if Nasrat can get the dub here, he is. Let me just check. I want to look up this card, UFC 266. Tapology. If he can get this dub here, he's going to become a household name, and you're going to see him fighting guys like Arman Sarukian. You're going to see him fighting guys like even Islam Makhachev. Maybe he's even fought him before, dude. I don't even know. I think Nasrat did fight him, bro. This UFC 266 is pretty stacked, boys and girls. Merab Dvalishvili, Dan Hooker versus Nasrat. Yeah, Nasrat, he did beat Rafa Garcia in his last time. Yep. No, he hasn't. I don't think he's fought any of those guys yet. Yeah, it's gonna be so sick. I'm gonna do early prediction here. I'm gonna say Dan Hooker gets back on track though. I really want to see him. I don't think he's done. The Hangman's not done. Hangman's not done. Hangman ain't done, baby. And then what's the last? What was the last thing? Georgian fighter segment, boys. Is it on UFC 266 that this fight is on? Bianca, just hang with me, girl.
So this is 50 minutes. I just want to let you know. So the reason why I said if this is longer than 30 minutes, I'm leaving, is because, which was a joke, Kellan said, oh, we're going to have such a short episode. It'll be not even 30 minutes long. So I said, okay, if it's not going to be 30 minutes long, then once it hits 30 minutes, I'm just going to peace out. And it is 51 minutes currently. And I always know it always goes over, which is okay. But that's what my point was, is I'll leave at 30 minutes because that's when you said it'd be done. But I know it wouldn't be. Got it?
I'm sorry. All right. But Georgian fighter segment, guys, another man to add to the UFC 135-pound division. His name, let me see if I can get this right, baby. Zviad Lazishvili. Zviad Lazishvili. I'm just going to say it a couple more times just so I can get it right. Because I had to say Merab a bunch of times. Merab's last name. Zviad Lazishvili. I've been watching his fights when I think is it the LFA? Yeah, he was in the LFA. I watched his fight against Josh Huber and Ricky Steele. This man is he is what you imagine with a Georgian fighter. He's so good on the ground. His striking is insane. And in his Ricky Steele fight, he grabbed Ricky's back and choked him out, dude, in round 1. And then against Josh Huber, he looks so good on the feet. He'll strike with you. He's clean on the feet, but it also he's relentless with the takedown. He's gonna get your butt to the ground. But this is gonna be crazy because he's fighting Jack Shore, and Jack Shore in his last time out, people were like, "Oh, Jack Shore, he's a submission specialist." Blah blah blah. But he fought what his name? Hunter Azure. And Hunter Azure is a legit wrestler. And what did Jack Shore do? Jack Shore nullified that wrestling, and he did really well. I think it was a split, but it was kind of like a sketchy split. I remember that. But he's such a good submission specialist. So if this fight goes to the ground, you're going to see such high level grappling. But on the feet, both of these guys can they can hold their own. But 2 undefeated records going at it. Super pumped to watch yet another Georgian fighter crack into the UFC. Just another guy we can talk about. But it's going to be crazy because Jack Shore is no slouch, and he's a young upcoming stud. So but also Zviad Lazishvili. Dude, am I getting that right? Let me see. Lazishvili. If I'm saying it wrong, tell me how to say it down below. Let's go. What did you write down?
Pronunciations. Oh, just stuff that I need to do before our trip.
Yeah, we're gonna have a sick vlog, baby. You betcha.
If you let me use your phone, baby.
Oh yeah, true that. Last thing.
Don't even listen to what I say.
No, I was trying to think about something. That's what I do. When I watch, I'm I feel bad because I don't expand on what she has to say sometimes. But it's because my brain's always churning. And my last thing is, what the hell's next for Kelvin Gastelum, boys? And you know what's next for him? Brad freaking Tavares. Brad Tavares, perfect matchup at middleweight. Let's pull up the UFC middleweight rankings. UFC rankings. It's perfect because what's his name? Kelvin is still a stud at 185. And he can use this fight as a gauge to whether you should move back down. Brad Tavares, he's beat Antonio Carlos Jr., I want to say. And then he also has beat Omari Akhmedov, who are insane middleweights. So I think it would be a perfect test to gauge whether he should go back down to welter. And because Brad, he's on a title run right now. Was it Antonio Carlos Jr.? Yep. And getting a dub over Omari Akhmedov is not an easy task. Omari Akhmedov mauls people, and Brad Tavares, he managed. That was the one thing going into that fight that I was like, Brad could get this dub, but it's all about if he can stay off his back, and he did do that. And I'm just excited because some of these guys that are got beat by Israel in the past could be coming to get him in the future. But I was just looking through the rankings and I was thinking, what would be a fun fight? Guys willing to stand and bang. Well, I was looking for a guy that would be willing to stand and bang with Kelvin, and it's Brad Tavares. It would be perfect because Kelvin's at 9 right now. He didn't move now because of his loss, it would be stupid if he did. And Brad's moving up in the rank. He's at 13 right now. I think it would be absolutely amazing. I don't really see another fight too interesting there for him. Brad's everything you would want an opponent. He's a fun fighter, and he always gets in scraps. That's my thoughts on that. As for Jared Cannonier, he just has to wait for a fight. He probably will get Marvin Vettori. I was talking about that with a friend. I think he's probably going to get Marvin Vettori. That'll be a fun fight. I'm really interested to see where Marvin goes from here because that fight against Israel Adesanya really displayed a big gap in like talent difference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Israel is leaps and bounds better than everybody else. But those are my thoughts on that. Super pumped for this weekend. Giga Chikadze versus Edson Barboza is going to be a grinder. I think Ricky Tertios is going to become the bantamweight tough fighter, and hopefully Brian Battle gets the ultimate fighter for middleweight. I think that'll be good. And did we pick? I'm going to pick fight of the night, boys. I think you have to go. I think the Ricky Tertios fight's got to be fight of the night for sure. And no matter what he's in.
No matter what, yeah.
And also another fight there is the D-Rod versus Kevin Lee fight. Could be Flames. But this fight card altogether is pretty stacked. The main event really doesn't get more fan-friendly than this. You're going to get two guys that want to stand and bang. So... yeah, I don't really see anything else. The Alessio Di Chirico versus Abdul Razak I think if that ends that fight, there's too much power there to end in a. I think there's too much power there for it to be a long fight. If someone connects, you're done. But yeah, that Kevin Lee versus Daniel Rodriguez or Ricky Tertios, that's going to be definitely the fight of the night. And then the winner of the main event is going to get performance of the night. I just feel it. Obviously.
Just feel it.
Yeah. All right, boys. Thank you for listening.
Yes.
Like, subscribe, do all that.
Comment down
jazz.
below how to pronounce some of these names.
What did you write down? Okay, we'll get out of here, guys, here. Keeping it under an hour. That's perfect. Let's go. All right.
Peace
Bye,
out.
boys.